All right, let's get to it. Post-game live. Here we go. CP the franchise. Alex Rotaro's here. No music, no intro. Knicks are in a free fall. They're in a tailspin right now. And we got to figure this thing out, man. Knicks lose to the Phoenix Suns 106-99 at the Garden. Knicks are now 2-8 in their last 10 games. The NBA Cup curse continues. No Jalen Brunson, no Josh Hart tonight, as the roommates are both nursing sore right ankles. And so the Knicks are once again searching, man, searching for answers. But, you know, this is deeper. The wounds of this team are deep. And once again, give credit to the Phoenix Suns. Give credit where credit is due. I thought the Phoenix Suns defense was once again stifling with this Knicks team. The Suns play like how the Knicks should play. The Suns play like an Eastern Conference type of team right now. Give them credit, because in their rebuild, they've been able to surround Devin Booker with athleticism, with physicality, and with dogs. And for the Knicks, they're still looking for that. They got contributions from their dogs tonight, and Deuce McBride and OG Anunoby, who continue to try to put the team on their back. But I thought this game changed, despite it being a game of runs, Al. I thought this game changed with that Devin Booker three-point play to end the third quarter. First off, great job by Book. He was good in spurts when he needed to be, but when that moment closed that game, closed the quarter, Suns had a three-point lead. Never relented, because Colin Gillespie would take over. And he got Kolek a couple of times. He got Deuce a couple of times. 8 points in that fourth quarter by Colin Gillespie. And I thought you saw the glaring difference between these two teams, especially in that fourth quarter, where the Suns were executing plays, getting their guards downhill, and either attacking the basket or kicking out for three and getting quality three-point looks, because the Knicks defense, three-point defenses continue to be woeful. And then on the other side, the Knicks would just go, my turn, your turn. Desperation offense. 1 for 11 from downtown in that fourth quarter. Heaving up threes. And that was the difference to me, bro. Good execution by the Suns, man. Knicks are in trouble.
Look, the Knicks, and they started out strong, CP. They certainly started out strong tonight, where you're seeing that the offense is flowing as normal. You're seeing that the defense was even there to start this game. And then as soon as the second half came around, the defense started to go out the window. The passing, the facilitating, the sharing of the rock started to dwindle. And then, as you noted, that fourth quarter, you could just see the guys were just panicking left and right. And this is where it is glaring that you need another playmaker, another floor general. You see the what happens when you don't have Jalen Brunson on this team is that everyone is confused on what to do in the last 5 minutes. And look, even in the fourth quarter, these guys couldn't buy a bucket. You just see the importance of Jalen Brunson. Okay, even Josh Hart too. And Kolek, I don't know what's happened to Kolek, man. He's been a tough watch as of late. He hasn't been able to organize the offense and show off that skill set that he was, especially around Christmas. It seems like he's just reverting back into a pumpkin at this point.
They knew it.
But the Knicks, and look, this is probably why Mike Brown didn't even play him against Phoenix in that first matchup, man. But nevertheless, look, this team needs another playmaker. They need somebody else that can get out there and just organize the offense and keep guys flowing, because we saw in those last 5 minutes, CP, that it was a your turn, my turn type of situation, as you noted, and you can't have that, man. It's just too easy, too predictable for a defense like the Phoenix Suns, who are gritty, who know how to pick up guys and knew how to read like offensive schemes. It's just too much, man. It's too much, and the fact that this Knicks team has so much talent that we can't even utilize it to get these guys going is just sad, man. But I will say this. Mikal Bridges has been very underwhelming, and he had a very strong start to begin this season, man. Very strong start. It looked like he was on that path for being a all-star. He was very hyper efficient. He even had a hyper efficient game last week. Was it not too long ago? What was it? I think it was against Portland or even Golden State. Like, he had a very hyper efficient game. But you even saw tonight where he was brought in here to be the other playmaker, another initiator. And that man could not get rid of the basketball fast enough every single time, because every time he got contact, every time somebody was in his grill trying to force him to stop getting downhill or getting to his spots, he was more than willing to give it up. And that is very disappointing, because you trade 5 first-round picks to get this guy to believe that he can flank Jalen Brunson to be another playmaker and keep this offense rolling based on what they saw in Brooklyn, and he hasn't been able to do anything close to that.
Brutal, man. And no play was more of an indictment. And again, you look at the box score, it's like, okay, the 15 points, 6 to 12, 3, 6 from downtown. Like, that's cool when, Jalen's there and Josh is there. And even then, you say you got to pick it up. Well, without those guys, this is why I say, like, OG's switch and Deuce's switch. They have that switch where it's like, we have to do more, 10 times 10x our output for our team tonight. Even when it's not clean. OG 4 turnovers because he had to force the issue. Nobody else could do it.
No way.
Carl can't do it. Carl started off well, but McCall can't do it. So it's a problem. But the one thing I want to say about McCall, there was no play that was more indicative of how he has regressed, was when the ball, you got a 50-50 ball. And I'm watching this in slow motion in my brain because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it unfold ahead of time. Where Jordan Goodwin, you got a dog barreling down on you. And Mikal Bridges is running in half speed. What happened to next play speed, Mikal Bridges? You got a dog barreling down on you in Jordan Goodwin, and you pretty much let him score. And you were ahead of him to go get the ball. That was crazy to me, bro. I said, what does this guy do? I said, he's got a dog right on his heels. What is he doing? And Jordan Goodwin, thank you, scoops the ball up and scoops it in layup, finger roll style like the Iceman George Gervin. That was embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing.
Absolutely embarrassing, man. And this is where, and he got the extension. Look, and I'm going to go to, just because of how annoying it is to see Mikal where you are needed on a night like tonight, and you just end with 15 points, 6 to 12 from the field, 3 or 6 from downtown. And look, nice efficiency. We needed more from you, man. When Brunson is missing, when Hart's missing, you are supposed to be the next side. You are supposed to be third, fourth option. That is why you were brought here to do. And you're not doing that. And you cannot start the season throwing off the subliminals to Tom Thibodeau, okay? You cannot go out there and be like, all happy and all giddy that you got what you wanted now, and part of it being a new coach, and now that you get to be utilized in a way where now we get to see a new offensive system that really gets to invoke your skill sets, and you're not doing that. You're just not doing that. And so if you're keep that same energy, because if you're going to continue to perform like this, you're going to be shipped out of here. All right, because this is not what they traded you for to do, just to be an okay role player. This is not Phoenix anymore, man. This is not Phoenix anymore. You are not just a 3-and-D guy. It can't just be vibes and cool stuff. You have to go out there and you have to go attack, and you're not doing that.
You can't just be around and just a bit. You can't be the bailout guy every time. You gotta be the guy. That's what I'm saying with the dog. Like, okay, loosey-goosey handles and everything. The dog is leaving it out there on the line. Deuce is leaving it out there on the line. And Mikal Bridges, you going half speed. Jordan Goodwin been cooking these dudes these 2 games. I'm just talking about effort. Forget stats. Yep. I'm talking about hustle. That guy is fighting for his dinner every single night to stick around in this league. Hats off to him, but from Mikal Bridges, these guys are making y'all look bad, man. The Kolick situation, as I said, I've wanted to see Kolick in these moments to see how he would fare. It's important so that the Knicks know where they are. You have to know where you are. This is your personnel. We wanted to play the kids. We wanted to play the bench. Right? Even like going back to the Detroit game, I want to see Kolick in those moments. Can he handle it when he's going up against dogs like Jordan Goodwin? You saw Jordan Goodwin again. He's seeing the newspaper clippings or the internet rumblings about Kolick. He sees that.
Yep.
He's trying to stay in this league. And they shut him down again. The pressure, the defensive pressure is shutting him down, and now he wants to play off ball. So it's like, damn, bro, we brought you in here to be the backup playmaker, the backup point guard, and you giving it to Deuce and Mikal to run offense.
man. And
Frustrating, man.
It's frustrating, but for me, like,
he's overmatched. For the piece, he's overmatched. Go ahead.
He is overmatched, man, and we saw that during summer league too. And I feel like I'll say this about Kolek. He is young. I don't know where his career will take him, and how much like work he has to put in and all that type of stuff to be better. But the good thing for him, man, is that he's young. We weren't coming into the season expecting him to be somebody that we could count on. All right, it would have been just a nice surprise. But he is young, man. I expect all these mistakes. I expect for him to have to work through these weaknesses, man. He's in year 2, didn't play a lot year 1. This is why they wanted somebody like Mike Brown to come in and just allow guys like Kolek, like Diawara, like McCullough to get these minutes, so that way we could see, hey, what do they need to work on in the summer league? Like, he didn't play a minute. Let me not be hyperbolic. He played a little bit last season, all right, but not enough to really understand what he needed to work on. Because when you do get to play a lot, you do say, okay, this is the weakness of my game. I need to improve here in order for me to get more consistent rotational minutes. He didn't get that. So for him, I can give him somewhat of a pass. He is still young. It's frustrating because we were looking towards him, so that way we didn't have to go trade for somebody. Because we keep talking about it every single show, CP. The CBA has just it's dampened the amount of moves you can do and just complexity. We just did the Yabu 5 trades, man.
Yeah.
None of that stuff is great. You know what I mean? Like, none of it is great.
It's bargain basement.
None of it is great. And because of how the CBA is structured, you got to match exactly that salary. You got to know who you're going to be throwing in there. Do the Knicks even want to sign McCullough to a full contract yet? Like, if you trade the 3 guys just to match to get Alvarado or Kevon Looney, or just to go get Alvarado, do the Knicks really want to give someone like McCullough, a full-on contract that they have to oblige by, even if it's for 1 season? Like, do they even want to do that, man? Because could you just try to go out and find somebody else for another spot? And then if you think about, hey, who are the free agents out there that we can go get? And you mentioned like a Jay Crowder. Is that even someone that you really want, man? Like, what can he offer at this part of his career, man? He's at the end of his career, so it's like there's not,
man. There's nothing. In a very hard spot right now, bro.
And that's the thing, man. It's just very difficult, especially when you think that we got lucky getting Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson, because for Clarkson, the buyout market, right? Like, so that's just how lucky the Knicks had to be to add to the depth.
Yeah.
So that's what's so frustrating, man, is that if Kolek actually took that full next step, we're not having this conversation. We're saying, all right, we're in a good spot. We don't got to worry about trading for somebody. But now the Knicks front office may have to go look to trade for somebody.
Oh, no, not me. They have to. But the problem is hey, what they can get. They're running out of bullets, man.
Well, if you listen to what James Dolan said, like, are we going to be seeing any big trades? Like, what's a big trade?
No,
to him?
It's not a big trade. They need a margin trade, but even that is going to be hard for them, bro. That's the problem. They're running out of bullets.
So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, do you want, like, how much more of your assets can you give up to go get somebody like this? Because next thing you know, then you're like, all right, what am I going to do next season if I got to make a move? Because nothing's ever guaranteed, man. Nothing is ever guaranteed.
It's tough, man. You look at, because the thing is you look at a team like this, and again, give them credit. They are playing phenomenal basketball, and their defense is stifling. But you look at how they are built, and how a lot of these teams are built now that are giving the Knicks fits. It's the same type of team. This is why you couldn't play double big. You couldn't go with your double bigs tonight. You had to go smaller. You had to sacrifice Mitch to bring in Cat. Your defense gets worse. You have to sacrifice Mitch to bring in Cat to get more offense, but your defense is suffering, right? You bring Mitch out there, you have less of an engine out there. These teams like the Suns, outside of like Booker and Williams, everybody can guard anybody. Dunn, Iguodala, Dylan Brooks, Grayson Allen, like Goodwin. They got size, bro. They got athleticism. And it's just like, all you got to do is just cut off the Knicks' air. And it's over with. They're coughing the ball up, 17 turnovers tonight. It becomes a 3-point fest, right? The thing that I'm always concerned about is what happens when you cut off their air. They start chucking because bro, the Suns were in the penalty with 8 minutes left to go in the game. These guys shot 1 for 11 from downtown. They win the bonus with 8 minutes left. And it just goes to show you they don't have the athleticism. It's frustrating, man.
It's not even just that, CP. It's, what was it? Was it in the third quarter? I think it was in the third quarter where Booker gets that and one, right?
Got the and one.
And they didn't use their last foul, like before he even got that shot.
Yeah.
Because they weren't even in the penalty. Where's the awareness? Where's the and this is not just the players. This goes back to the head coach, man. What are you looking at?
What are you looking at, bro?
How do you not, like, how are you going to give one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA an opportunity to score, and you're not saying, hey, remember, we have a foul to give. If Booker gets it, foul him. Stop him before he even gets a shot up. Like, don't let him get going. And yet he gets going, and as you said, that's the play that just starts to be a snowball effect. So it's it's not just the players, it's the head coach, man. There's a lot of soul searching that needs to go on right now, man. A lot of soul searching, and they better do it fast, man, because look, thank God and I watched that game, the Clippers and the Raptors last night. Thank God the Raptors lost, so that way the Knicks still have a half game lead in the standings over them, because if they didn't, we're talking about the Knicks being in fourth place now, and then it's like, all right, now we're starting to get into dangerous territory in the middle of the season. You know, like, you're starting to lose the battleground that you have with Detroit when you were number 2. And look, I know that some may not believe that standings is important right now, that, look, the Knicks are going to be like potentially okay as it gets down to the postseason. But I still think you want to go in there and not have to have the most difficult route to the NBA Finals, right? I don't think you want to be in a matchup for round 2. You're seeing Detroit. Not saying you can't beat Detroit, but let's just even look at the rounds that they had to go last year, right? You talk about facing Detroit, a physical team, going against Boston, a physical and a savvy team, and then going against the Pacers, a very fast team. Like, you kind of want to create that cushion for yourself where you get some easy looks, man. So that you can knock guys out.
The problem is, well, they got a lot of problems. So to everybody in the chat once again. I had to pour up tonight, man. Saturday night, bro. I don't know if you had a glass. I had to go to the top shelf tonight.
I'm still, I moved, man. So I'm still unboxing my stuff.
I feel you. I would have had a bottle right next to your computer if I were you. But anyway, the issue is they're just so exploitable, man. They're just so exploitable because they are one-sided of the basketball right now. Because they don't defend well. All you have to do is cut off their airspace and they're lost. That's all you got to do is just cut off their airspace. I got Starbury hit me. All you got to do is cut off their airspace, bro. They're lost. Like, if you look at Detroit, how much they beat the Pacers by today? 50? Like, so they can get out now. Now they're running up. Now they're running up to score, but they can get into the mud too because their defense is good. That's the problem with the Knicks. Their defense is not any good.
Look at what Boston did to Atlanta.
I didn't see what they do.
They damn near beat them by 30.
They have nothing to hang their hats on if they're not shooting the ball well. And if any of these teams that are versatile, that have the quickness, and that are physical, force them to put the ball on the floor, and Cap being the leader of the turnover club, that's what I'm saying. They're very exploitable, man. Very exploitable right now. That's my concern with this team. And it's too easy. There's no counters. It's too easy, man.
How like so where are you thinking about for this team for the postseason right now? Are you looking that far ahead?
Bro,
Or you just
they have a high floor in the Brunson factor, right? Because Cap can do a lot for them. This is why he's Cap. But he can't solve all their problems. They gotta dig deep. What Clyde say? Stop all the help and man up. Right?
mm-hmm.
Clyde was always in his bag. You gotta man up.
This is true.
They don't turn guys over to get easy offense. The identities is all bad, man. They have none.
That's the sad thing. They don't have one.
They have
But
none.
I will say this. This is why you get an assistant. Shout out to my missus. I'm with you right now. I got a drink.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Shout out to the lady, man. Saturday night, let's go. Cheers, my guy. Cheers to you, my guy.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. Sip. Hang on. Go ahead and get into it. I got to hit setback. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Look, it's the lack of an identity for this team is just it's disgusting, man. Because like we knew that this team coming into the season, it was going to be offensively driven. We knew that this team had to lean into the offense just because defensively, if you're going to maximize both of your players with Brunson, Cat, that you had to sacrifice some defense because you didn't really want to sit any of them in the fourth quarter. Even though Mike Brown has shown that he's comfortable doing that with Cat, you cannot have you're just not going to have great defense when they're both sharing the floor. And so that's why they went out and got Clarkson, and they wanted just to lean into all of that. And so what's sad is that this team couldn't even crack 100 points today, and they're supposed to be an offensive-driven team.
Yeah.
And when you can't even do that without Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, where once again you're looking at this and say we should have enough, man. You got Karl-Anthony Towns, man. He's supposed to be your number 2 option. You got Mikal Bridges, man. Like these guys are supposed to be leading the way. McBride, dude, like he came to play. How many times do we have to waste a McBride game? How many times,
Deuce.
man? How many times?
What Deuce
How
do
many
tonight
times?
from downtown? 5 or 12 from downtown for Deuce tonight, man.
I'm getting sick of this nonsense, man, where you have McBride who gives you great effort and was giving you a lot of answers tonight, and nobody else decides to come with that energy, man. Like, where is it?
Yeah, it's certainly missing, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Steph is on the way, man. We had to put the bat signal out. It's just one of those nights, man. We got to get the people together. And so I'm sending them the link right now. We're going to get Starbury on the way here, Al. Post-game live, #1 show for the fans, by the fans. It's Saturday night. We had the once a Nick, always a Nick barbecue.
Oh,
an
my
all-time classic. And these guys couldn't put on for the Legends tonight. We're going to get to that later tonight, Al. We got to provide some commentary and comic relief on that one as well. Both. We're going to do both tonight. We're going to do both tonight. We're going to remember the moment. And we're going to provide some comic relief as well. But, yeah, man. What was the score again? 116 to 99. Knicks fall.
106.
106. Sorry. 106 to 99. Knicks fall to the Phoenix Suns. We're going to get Stephon Marbury in here. He's going to join us on post-game. Let us know why you're mad, man. Leave some comments in the comment section. Let us know why you're mad. Okay? Let us know, man. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. Al, $50 super chat. Shout out to Chuck. He says, Grayson, both games, brain hustled us. Grayson Allen, got him twice. He says, I believe Mike Brown can get through this, but you can lose the locker room in Sacramento, but lose NYC much quicker. The pressure's on him. In this NBA, tampering with the chemistry can go two ways quickly. Don't expect gifts. Don't expect gifts. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, once again. Also, okay, the phones are lit tonight. Okay, it's going to be one of those nights. Shout out to Cliff Clerval, Al, $10 super chat. Says credit to St. Laz, who posted Knicks fan here in Boys in the Hood, saxophone after every loss. SMA's not liking out Grayson Allen, out hustling Mikal. Crucial moments. Yeah, shaking my head. Mikal, you're not looking good, man. You got to get out there and hustle. Shout out Lord Steven Stone, franchise channel member, says, tough 3-game losing streak. We will bounce back. Wish we won this one for the alumni. Yeah, once a Nick goes a Nick barbecue, man. These guys did not show up for the barbecue, Al. Okay, let's get to some calls while I get Steph in here. Let's get to some calls. KnicksFix, kick us off. KnicksFix, how you feeling? Do we have KnicksFix?
CP, Alex, what up?
How are you, man? How you
What
doing,
up?
man?
Me and LD were kicking it in the lounge there, man. It's not looking good, man. I think the Knicks are at an impasse right now. I was telling LD where it's basically like you got two options, right? I think it's the coaching, right? It's something is up with the coaching of this team, right? You had the same team as last year, but the only you have a couple of upgrades on the bench, right? You got Kolek, you got Diawara, you got Clarkson. But let me hear what you guys think, because I think deep down, man, that this is a coaching issue. All right, like when JB went out last year, Mikhail went out and balled out. Like he was dropping 20, 30, right? So why isn't he doing that now? Let me hear what you guys think about that specific thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, could it be the offense? Not sure. I mean, bro, they're still the third-ranked offense, man. To me, the defensive concerns are my biggest issue. And on top of that, like I said, like when they're playing these tougher defenses, it's the same issues from last year. I don't think it's different. I think it's the same issues. Whether it's Cat, whether it's McCall, whether it's a defense, the lack of ball handling, it's all still there.
Right. So what I think is this, man. Leon's got two ways to attack this problem. The first way is keep Mike Brown as the coach, right? And don't make the trade for Giannis. Or if they flame out completely, like this is why I keep saying the trade for Giannis is literally the turning point in the franchise. Because if you give Mike Brown Giannis now,
that's an off-season thing, though, bro. That's not a right now thing. We got a long way to a Giannis trade.
So CP.
Yeah.
Say the Knicks actually do get Giannis in the offseason.
Yeah.
Do you still keep Mike Brown?
Who knows? That all depends on how the season ends. Season's not over, man. They're halfway through the season. Like I can't be talking about coaching changes. They haven't even gone through the playoffs yet, man.
I do say this though. The Knicks they scored 99 points tonight. They lost by 7, and they were without JB and Hart.
Yeah.
So that's a positive thing, right? The defense looked like it kicked up a notch. But Cat and Mikhail, man, I don't know, fellas. Something's up there. Let's see how we perform on Monday, right?
Yeah.
JB and Hart will be back. They're healthy. Let's see how we do on Monday.
Okay. Appreciate the call, man.
Stay focused.
Appreciate the call, man. I mean, Al, you let me know what you think. Like I can't think the honest thing, the coach thing. That's off season talk, and I still think like we're just flipping the switch on the Giannis trade as if it's like a flip of a switch type of trade. In many ways, it's not.
That's a complex trade.
Extremely.
It's not a 1-for-1, because I don't see, unless the Bucks believe Cat could be that guy, it's not gonna be a Cat for Giannis type of deal, man. It's just not gonna happen. They're gonna want more than that. As for the coaching change, I don't even see a coaching change happening after. Like, look, man, you gave Tibbs an extension and then you fired him, so he's still getting paid.
They're not doing that.
They're not going to do that. So what? We're after 1 year, you're going to fire Mike Brown and again have 2 coaches on the books and then bring in a 3rd coach. That's not going to happen,
No,
man.
they're not doing it.
So with this team, it's Mike Brown's got to figure it out, and it's guys got to figure it out too, man. There's a lot of people who are being held accountable. It's not just the head coach. Cat and McCall are probably 2 top guys that are going to be looked at. Like, McCall just got an extension. You can't be doing this after getting an extension, man. And like I said, you can't be throwing subliminals. You can't take an extension and then just be playing the way that you're playing right now, where you're just a tertiary guy. You got to go be the dude some nights, like how you were in Portland last season. Like, we need that more consistently when we don't have JB, when we don't have Hart. That is what you were brought here to do. And it's kind of like he's forgetting what that role was for him that was set out. Like, even though OG can be, up and down offensively, and even some nights defensively, I thought tonight he gave you a lot of effort. I thought tonight, out of all the guys who answered the call, he was answering the call, man.
Gritty.
Especially with the tweens, like between the legs, something that he's not really good at. Like when he drove in the third quarter, he had the craziest tween and still finished to the left. Like that. If he understood what was at stake here. It's like someone's got to be the aggressor.
Yeah.
And he was the aggressor tonight. And that is something that I feel like this Knicks team does not understand as a whole. Well, some guys get it, other guys don't. And the guys that don't get it are Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges. And once again, that's supposed to be your number 2 and your number 3. When Brunson is not there, that is what they are supposed to do. And somehow they forget that that's what their roles are.
Let me get to Mike Brown. You sent me the soundbite on Brown. Let's hear from the Knicks coach tonight on his level of concern. Welcome to adversity. Welcome to New York, Mike Brown. Welcome to New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Ian Begley asking about 8 of 10.
No, you don't want to lose.
Let me run the volume up. That was Ian Begley asking him about the fall to 8 and 10. Here we go.
No, you don't want to lose games at all, but especially going 2 and 8, in the last 10, and so there's concern there, but not to the point to where we're going to overhaul everything. We got to we got to work. We got to look in, like I said, look in the mirror, see how we can individually help the group, starting with me, and then we got to get in the gym. We got to work as much as we can, and we got to keep trying to fight like we did tonight. And if we do, we're going to give ourselves a chance.
All right, that was Knicks coach Mike Brown. It's not to say that they didn't fight. Yes, we pointed to some of those effort plays by Bridges and things of that nature. It's not to say that they didn't fight, Al. I think my point is, once again, the Phoenix Suns did a better job of exploiting the Knicks' weaknesses. And these are again, like what I just said in Knicksfix, these are the same weaknesses that were here under Tibbs. The question was, can Mike Brown help them not completely close it up, because you are what you are, you have what you have, but find ways, creative ways to kind of mask some of those things. Maybe it's not possible, maybe it is. That's why we're here, to see what this coach can bring. What do you think?
But the whole point, CP, of why Mike Brown was brought in here is that we knew this team couldn't be good defensively. This team just had to be passable. And I keep saying it after every post game. They just need to be opportunistic on defense, causing turnovers, getting blocks. Like, this is not going to be a defensive stalwart team, because you got to rely on Cat and Brunson, so you're not going to be a good defensive team. And like I said, even though we've seen Brown is comfortable sitting Cat in the fourth quarter, right? You still, for the most part, want them on the floor together, because you want that offense. So if that's the way you got to lean, they decide to lean in heavy for the offense. The issue now that I have is that Mike Brown was brought in here because we saw what he did with Sacramento. We know his time with Golden State. He's supposed to be bringing all that experience to help unlock this Knicks team to be an explosive, not athletically, but an explosive offense where they could put up a lot of threes and knock him down, and at the same time just put up a lot of points in general, whether it's Mikal with his mid-range, McBride knocking down threes, Brunson even posting up guys, Cat posting up guys and driving to the basket. He was supposed to unlock all of this with their player movement, with the multiple actions, and get them into some sort of rhythm. We're not getting that now. We're just not. And even with Brunson here after the new year, we saw that we went back to that same isolation basketball, the hero ball that was happening under Tom Thibodeau. And so while I understand defensively that, it needs to get better, I'm not expecting it to get that much better. However, I'm expecting this offense to be so great, because that's what their identity is supposed to be, and it's not that. It's been anything but that since the new calendar year. And you got to look at the players and the head coach, because something has got to course correct in order for them to be that, especially in a league where we know that most guys are not playing a lot of defense during the regular season.
Yeah.
They wait for the postseason to do that. And so if they're going to lean into offense, man, lean into offense. And on a night like tonight where you don't have JB, I know you don't have Josh Hart, but you have enough to get over, to crack 100 points, and they didn't even crack 100 points. I know it's 99, but you still didn't even crack 100 points, man.
Could not crack 100 points. CP the franchise, Alex Charles in the building. We will get to more of your phone calls. Let's get to the key stats of the night here. Alex, let me just fix my screen up here. Knicks fall to the Phoenix Suns 106-99. Steph is supposed to be joining us tonight. That is Stephon Marbury. We'll wait for Steph to join us. Of course, he was part of the Once a Knick, Always a Knick barbecue. We're going to have our commentary on that. Hang tight. Well, let's get to the key stats, Al. Both teams shooting just about 40% from the field. 32% for the Knicks from downtown. They go 14 of 42 for 44. Suns 36%. Knicks shooting 76% from the charity stripe. Suns 85. Free throws pretty even. 25 for the Knicks, 27 for the Suns. You had the rebounding battle. Knicks won that by 10, even though I thought the Suns got some timely offensive rebounds, especially that one from Mark Williams late in that game that got to Royce O'Neal for the three. I thought that one was one of the many daggers that the Suns hit the Knicks with in the fourth quarter. That was a big play. And assist battle, so Suns won that 22-20. He had total turnovers again. Team with no ball handlers, 17 Knick turnovers, leading to 19 Suns points, and 12 Suns turnovers, leading to 10 Knick points. Suns ball handlers, their guards, Gillespie, Devin Booker, just outclassed the Knicks tonight in terms of execution. Points in the paint, Knicks won that one 32-28. And then large lead of the night, 10 points for both teams out. This one really was a game of runs. And you look at it by the largest leads and the percent led. Knicks led this one by 47%. Suns by 45. So damn near 50-50 for both teams. It just came down to that fourth quarter, man, where I thought the Suns were really better in terms of getting their execution offensively and defensively, really keeping the Knicks one-dimensional.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me tonight, CP, is going back to that fourth quarter. And out of the 20 shots that the Knicks took, 11 of them were threes. And out of the 11 threes that they attempted, they only made one. And for me, look, I know that the Suns took the same amount of shots. They took 20 shots as well in the fourth quarter. They took 9 out of those 20, 9 were from downtown. They made 2, and they only got 2 extra free throws on them. But it just came down to execution at that point in the end, man. Defense and execution. But for me, it's the heavy reliance on the three-point shooting from this team. The heavy reliance. And it's interesting in Mike Brown's presser, he talks about how the offensive rebounding was where he believes that the area that really hurt them. Well, that's interesting to me. They won the rebounding battle, and on top of that, they managed to match their offensive rebounding output. They got 14. Where is it? They got. Give me 1 second here. They got 15 offensive rebounds, so more than what they averaged during the regular season, which is 13.5. So they actually did a damn good job getting offensive rebounds. You know what their issue was? They couldn't hit a shot to save their life. So for me, man, what I look at is this heavy reliance of shooting threes from downtown, the panic shots, man. And you even saw that it ended with a Karl-Anthony Towns air ball from downtown when you needed to make a shot at the end. And
the air ball was brutal. It was brutal.
Brutal.
It was brutal, man.
But that encompassed the entire fourth quarter
drink to that.
And the heavy reliance on three-point shooting, man. So for me, it is the 1 for 11 from downtown in the fourth quarter. And that the offensive rebounding, even though Mike Brown pointed that out, I thought that was just fine for tonight's game.
Yeah. To me, I'll look at the turnovers. Just one thing that was one thing that this team had established early in the season as being a team that was careful with the ball. That has to have slipped in these 10 games. It had to. I mean, just look watching these games. They've seems like they've been eclipsing that 15, 16 turnover mark. But not only that, they've been damaging because of this team's lack of transition defense. That's what I mean, where you're killing yourself, man. You're handing these guys the knife to stab you with.
How about Jordan Clarkson guarding Devin Booker in the fourth?
Oh, that was a doozy. Cardiac. He's got him doing a do-si-do, and then he's complaining to the refs, like, what do I do? Like, yo, my man, you literally you might as well have had your full arm in his jersey.
hand checking is not permitted anymore, my man.
Well, it wasn't Cardiac's best night by a long shot, but you know he's had better nights than most. But tonight wasn't his night. Tonight was a Cardiac night for him. So, you know, just one of those. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with the turnovers, and yeah, we'll see if they can bounce back on Monday when Cooper Flagg and the boys come into town. All right. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel once again. This is KFTV Post-Game Live. CP the Franchise, Alex Rotaros on the ones and twos. And Stephon Marbury is just about here. So we're going to get Steph in here. Salute to our franchise channel members. Salute to the Replay Gang, of course. And salute to one of our sponsors of the night, Al. We got to talk about him. Shout out to our guys at Harry's. Hey, man, check out the Harry's Plus razor. Shout out to our guys at Harry's Shave Club. Always putting it down with high premium quality products. And the one thing about the Harry's Plus is it's the best shaving experience you're going to have. Right away, you're going to notice when you open the package is the weighted metal handle. It's solid, it's balanced, it feels like something that's actually built well. The blades are German engineered, each one honed at 3 angles, Al, so it cuts clean without tugging. And the pivoting system, it actually works. Gets around the jawline, under the chin, all the tricky spots without clogging like the drugstore blades. Plus, as you guys know, Harry's claim to fame is that they own their own blade factory. So no middleman, no markups. They keep it affordable while making a razor that feels premium. Right now, you can get the Harry's Plus trial set for only $10. That's the new razor, a 5-blade cartridge, shave gel, and travel cover. So head to harrys.com/KFTV to claim yours. That's harrys.com/KFTV. Look sharp, feel sharp, and you're going to like this one. Shout out to our guys at Harry's. Okay, we'll take a call here while we get Steph situated. Let's get to LD on the Discord. LD.
You hear me?
Yep, you live.
Gucci. How y'all doing?
Good, man. Saturday night, you know.
Yeah, good?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, better than the Buffalo Bills, better than Bo Nix.
Oh man, Bo Nix, man, that is tough.
better than the Niners, the Niners
I
fans.
just saw
you know?
that.
Could be worse. You know, could be worse. Yeah.
Jeez, I feel it. All
Yeah.
right, so I was just gonna ask you a question because I heard I was on the chat with Knicksfix and I heard you kind of not necessarily challenging his pick, but having a different opinion as far as we're not gonna fire Mike Brown during the season. We're not gonna trade for Giannis, or at least it's not realistic. So then, what is our forward motion like? What's the plan going forward? Is it just kind of like hope and see what happens this season?
Yeah, they got to figure it out. That's why you brought the guy in here and you paid him. He's got to do his job.
Right.
Everybody's got to do their job better.
Right.
They're all getting paid handsomely.
Right.
There's no more saviors, man. They've been building this thing for 5 years. They've been building this thing, and it's not an easy build. I'm not going to sit here and say that. They've had to do it without homegrown talent leading the way. That's not easy when you compare it with everybody else. However, you know, like I said, the holes are what they are. They got to figure it out, man.
As Alex said, and you said, he was brought here to figure out how to utilize the rosters he's given to the maximum. Because the thing that we could tag Tibbs for not doing often enough was using the resources that he had. In Tibbs' defense, which you know I don't want to do, when he used the resources that he had, he took us as far as he took us multiple times. So Mike Brown, I was rooting for somebody for a change. I'm not going to lie, bro. It's not looking like you're doing what they brought you here to do well enough. It's just not looking that good, bro. Because I don't even mind losing games. But if I'm at least looking at the team and I can see that the foundation looks like they know what they're doing, I don't mind. But the fact that we're not getting easy baskets anymore, that's what we brought you here for, bro. We brought you here to get easy baskets.
You know,
and
I'm
it's
watching. I'm watching in that fourth quarter. Not to cut you off. You know, we can keep it a conversation.
No,
but
I got you.
You know, I'm watching
Right.
the fourth quarter. Allen LD. I mean, I'm seeing Colin Gillespie. He's running off of screens. They getting him good. Grayson Allen. They going downhill, and all of a sudden they've got their advantages. Now you're at their mercy, right? Are they gonna throw the lob over the top to Mark Williams? Are they gonna kick it out to Dylan Brooks for three, or Grayson Allen for wide open for three? These guys are leaving him open for what reason? I have no idea. But like, you know, they're getting good looks, man.
Right?
What's that?
Fadeaways.
Oh,
Gillespie doing fadeaways.
Yeah, he
Like,
cooked Tyler. He got Tyler
God.
twice, man. He caught him with the step back at the elbow three, and then he caught him with the step back on the baseline. Caught Tyler with the fadeaway baseline him.
Nah, this ain't looking good. This is not looking good. I do want to say this before I go though, because I know you said Giannis is not realistic, which I do agree with to a certain extent. I do want to point out though, the last 5 superstar trades under this new CBA have not favored the team trading the star. It started with Cat. So, and when I say it hasn't favored them, in comparison to what it would have done before the CBA, Cat was the first one. Then you had Luka, that was whatever that was. You had KD, you had Jimmy Butler, and you just had Trae Young. These are all different situations from Giannis, obviously, but the CBA does limit what these teams are getting, especially if Giannis is somebody who says, I only want to go to one place.
Yeah.
So I do agree that it's kind of unrealistic, but we still possibly have a chance. If I could make a decision this year, which I didn't want to do at all, because I did like the fact that we have this depth. But if it is possible, based on what I'm seeing right now, that would be the move I would make, because even if we don't get as far as we got last year, at least I know, okay, going into next year, I have this guy on the squad. But as you said, it's not realistic. But something that could work in our favor is that the CBA so far has shown the team trading trading the superstar away isn't really getting as much as they used to before.
And what he's showing you, you know, he's not trusting these guys like that no more, man. He's not trusting the kids in big spots. He's feeling the pressure to win. This is what Tibbs was feeling. You see, y'all got to rock with me when I'm telling you to rock with me, man. Y'all got to rock with me, man. You see, LD and Alex, this is why I'm never afraid to stand on my own, because I understand the complexities that was facing the coach. He's here to win games. Yes, it's cute when these guys are cooking and they're flowing and we're playing 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 guys. It's all nice until the glass slipper comes off and you're faced with what you're faced with, which means they got work to do. Doesn't mean that you know, their ceilings are defined. It just means that they need work.
Definitely do, but again, I'll criticize Mike Brown as much as I possibly can.
Yeah,
we are not supposed to look this bad under Mike Brown, because again, even if we lose, it's at least look like what we thought Mike Brown was going to come here to do. It's like it doesn't look like that, so that's kind of like, hey, Mike Brown, I can't defend you, bro, because again, if we lose, it's fine or whatever. But look good, we look terrible.
Yeah, they're in a bad rut. They're in a bad rut, man. You know. There's no way around that. It's not, to me, it's not insurmountable, but there are problems. Clyde and Breed said it right out at the end of the telecast. There are problems. I'm not gonna say the problems ain't real. I'm just saying that they should look better, or should be better than this, as you said, LT.
Right.
Yeah. All right, man. Hang in
Thanks,
there, man.
Stay up.
Hang in there, man.
No doubt.
Yeah. Al, your thoughts, man?
It would be.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it would be better, to LD's point, of like, you see the principles of what Mike Brown is trying to create as a foundation and create that identity, that it's at least played on a consistent basis. That's the issue, CP, is that it's not. We know these guys are going to take nights off. We know they're not going to give 100% effort. It's like anyone at their regular job, man. Like, even though us as like New York Knicks fans, as New Yorkers, we love to see people go 110% effort, just like clock in and walk in every single day and give it your all. They're human at the end of the day, CP. I know that they're going to be like, tonight I just don't have it. It's just going to happen, man. It's absolutely going to happen during the course of an 82-game regular season. However, the thing that has to happen while that is going on, when you're taking nights off, is that your identity has to stay true. Even when you watch teams like the Pacers, when they were, where they weren't playing to their full potential, the Celtics, right? Even though that they weren't playing to their full potential, their identity stayed the same. Every night you knew what they were going to do. You knew that the Pacers were going to go out there, execute, try to play this fast pace of basketball and try to share the rock with everybody and try to put you in a spin cycle. Whether it's the Celtics, you knew they were going to stay to the identity of saying, we're going to put up a lot of threes, and if they're not falling, we'll figure something else out, but we're going to play defense. Same thing with the Thunder. We're going to rely on Shea. We're going to play a lot of good defense. We're going to hustle. We're going to get out in transition. And that's what we're going to do. Even if we're not going at 110%, that is what our identity is. The thing is with the Knicks is that they don't have an identity. They're not falling back on anything. And then when you watch them on a night-to-night basis, it's like, okay, we're going to go from ISO. We're going to go from team basketball. We know that there's not going to be a defense. Who is this team? What is going on here?
What's the identity, man? Well, we're going to talk about it with our guest, and we're going to load him up. Let's get him in here. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. We are just going to load up our guest here. Hang tight. CP the franchise, Alex Rotaros in the building. You know, we come to these moments, Al. We got to have these conversations with this guy, man. We got to understand what's happening. He's there from a bird's eye view. He was there at the Once a Knick, Always a Knick barbecue where they did a fantastic job tonight. Let me just say that. But we got to get some straightening in here. So let me finish setting them up. Let me finish setting our guest up here, Al. Special guest. Give me 1 second here. Good to see you here, man. And we're going to get to it in just a second, man. Knicks lose 106 to 99. Ah, man, let's talk about it, man. Okay. All right, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. We got him in here, number 3. Everybody throw a number 3 in the chat. Starbury is with us. Steph, how he feeling, man? Did he freeze? I hope he didn't freeze. Did he freeze? I think he froze. He looked cool with the camellos on like that, but I think he froze. All right, so we lost Steph to the Matrix.
I got to come back.
Oh, no. You good. I think you good now. We got you now. Talk to us, man. You feeling like us right now, man. You are one of us, man. We are one of us. That's what you always say, man. So
100%.
Talk to us, man. Talk to us, bro.
I mean, okay, I'll go from the positives to the not so positives. Guys are getting the opportunity to play. They're getting the opportunity to seize a moment in which a lot of guys don't get this chance and this opportunity. And I just feel like when you get that chance, you got to be a dog. You got to basically play with the intensity. You look at the guy, I think his name is Goodwill.
Goodwin with the mask on. Dog.
The mask. He was just playing full court defense. It's like when people come inside of your home and they pick you up full court, that's a message. They're sending a message to you. And I just felt like our intensity, it didn't match. And our intensity has been lacking from a standpoint of when you look at how we're playing. We used to come out and win the first 5 minutes of every quarter. And if we didn't win the first 5 minutes of the quarter, we was creating a pace. We're not creating any pace. We're not playing with any free flow. And it's understood that because Jalen is out, people have to adjust and play another style because he's ball dominant. But when when your main guy goes out, who handles the ball and he's making plays for himself, for others, for himself. When that's happening, you have to have somebody that can come in like Kolek. I feel like yes, he's young, he's still learning, but you got to have somebody that's going to come in and bring that same type of intensity on the court. Because Jalen brings an intensity, his style and the way he plays, attack, it's scoring. It's force. It's a force. So when that force is out, you got to still have another presence of how you play. And we're not playing with that same type of presence. It's like we're playing like how we played at the beginning in preseason when we was trying to figure out how to run our sets, how to cut, how to move. It wasn't free flow. And that is some adjustment because now you're asking a guy like Kolek to come in and do certain things and play a style. It's the difference when you have Jalen there and you can put him back in and out of the game whenever you want, opposed of now Deuce. Yes, he scored a lot, but he has to distribute the basketball. When he has to distribute and he has to get guys the ball, you could tell he's not very comfortable at doing it.
That's
It's
right.
not natural. It's not a natural thing to do. It's more so like, damn, now I got to play make. I got to get everybody involved. I got to, run a set. But it's really not a set, but you got to get things moving. But my thing is, when you look at even when Jalen, when Jalen is playing, when we started to lose, we stopped playing. We stopped taking the basketball out fast right away and still getting the
Pace.
basketball up. We wasn't playing with that same pace, and that's because our defense isn't as solid as it was. It's hard to do that all the time when you're taking the basketball out of the net. So now you're taking the basketball out of the net. Now you got to try to like set a play. They set on defense. It's a challenge, but so forget about the X's and O's. I'm speaking more about our mentality. Our mentality is not the same mentality that we were establishing, right? You don't regress after the end season, after you win the end season tournament, which they say some teams do. We're not that some team. We're the team that we needed to win that to build on it. So we don't fall into a category because we're on a quest to try to win the championship. And this is part, I feel like this is or can be part of a way for us to be able to have some clarity about who we are as a team and what we need to really establish as far as when guys go down, when they get hurt, who's gonna step up. You know what I'm saying? We got guys that are getting the opportunity, but they're not seizing the moment. You know what I'm saying? When you season a moment, it's like you're playing with the intensity, you scoring, you're playing with fire, you're playing with passion, you're igniting it. We're not playing that. We're just playing the game right now. You got if you when you're losing, you gotta change the energy of the game. You gotta get up. You gotta play harder, right, on defense. You gotta go harder, you gotta attack. You're not making your 3-point shot, you gotta attack the basket. You know what I'm saying? Because the three ain't gonna always it's not gonna always click. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta have our back heels on the 3-point line, like on defense. We gotta start with our back heels on the 3-point line. We can't go back. We can't back all the way back because guys are getting walk up threes. They're getting opportunities that they shouldn't get. And when I look at our team from sitting on the floor watching them, I'm like, it's not even the X's and O's. Because when we play defense and we play hard and we play it for the whole possession, normally it translates into us getting stops, getting deflections. How many deflections have we gotten? How many charges have we gotten?
Don't get them.
Right? We're
They
not
don't get
getting
them.
them.
They don't get them.
Right? So that right there is showing you that's showing you where we are as far as how we're playing on a defensive end. And everybody knows your defense, it creates the offense for you. Once it creates the offense, it allows you to get into a flow. It allows you to have pace, right? But now if you don't have any pace, now you got to think about all of the things that you got to do to get back to going to get to pace. So now we got to check everybody attitude. We got to check everybody feeling. We got to check everybody, who like the injuries, who's feeling this. Yes, we at the midway point. This is a wall. We're having a wall. Like normally the rookies hit the wall. Our
Yeah.
team look like we're hitting a team wall right now.
Is it that time of year though? Because I mean,
It
you're
is.
a guy you
This
played
is
in a
it.
good chunk of your season.
Yes,
So like,
this
is
is
this
it.
that time of year? Talk about
This is
that.
the time. This is when it happens. This is normally when it happens. But normally you will have the team will be playing decent, but you'll have, some guys like the younger guys, they'll be hitting that wall. They'll be, trying to figure out, but I feel like as a team, yeah, we got some guys hurt, but collectively as a group, these guys, they're veterans. They're aware. They know what is needed. So sometimes, the chemistry could get thrown off when a guy like Josh Hart is out. You know what I'm saying? When a guy like that goes out who does a multitude of different things on the basketball court, when you don't have guys that could come in and do those things, like when I say that, meaning like give that type of energy, that type of effort. You gotta have somebody coming off the bench. Like I'm watching Josh. I see what kind of energy he's playing with. I'm gonna mimic that and I'm gonna bring what it is that I bring to the table. You feel what I'm saying? Like these are the things that we have to get into that space where when one guy go down, that's another opportunity for somebody to get a bigger contract than a contract that they have.
Once again, we're talking to Stephon Marbury in the building. Knicks lose to the Suns 106-99. Call us up on the KFTV Discord if you want to talk to Steph. Al, go ahead and jump in.
Steph, so like, so I know you're talking about like intensity and energy for this Knicks team. Like, is there anything else that they could potentially do just to like, what do they need to do? Like, how much soul searching do they need to do to get back on track?
I heard energy and intensity. That's what I heard.
One
So
more
yeah,
time.
my question is like, outside of like energy and intensity, what else in this soul searching that they need to do? What else do they need to do to like get back on track outside of just hustling and just bringing the energy?
I will go back. This is what I would do. I will go back and look at when we were winning. I will go back and look. Me personally, I will watch and I will see what we were doing, how we were winning, what we were doing when we were winning. I will look at our defensive clips, our defensive stops. I will look at first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. I will look at where now and where we're losing at. Because you can see where we're losing the game at, right? When you're watching it. If you're watching it on TV, you really can see. Watching it live, you can see all of the like where we're starting to have where we make our errors at, like when we're not moving the basketball. We have to move the basketball and play where the ball is moving. Once it gets stuck and everybody's standing, it's not good. Right. But when we're moving, passing, cutting, getting backdoor cuts, lobs, like that's a style, right? Right now we look like, okay, yeah, OG got the basketball. He made like 10 moves and he scored, but that's not it doesn't feel good. It's like when he
It's
shoot
harder. It's way harder.
yeah,
It's
if
hard.
he missed, it's like, oh, you're gonna kill him. But he made it, it's like, okay, lucky you made it. It's like those. We don't want to play like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to play like that also with this new system and style and how we shoot 3-point shots. So now you shoot 3-point shots, long range, long balls. Like even for on defense, you go to the basket. If you fall on the floor, Cat, Jalen, any one of them, you playing 4-on-5.
Quick.
Period. It's 4-on-5, and in this game, you got to think about it. It's a shorter distance because now the game is not the big guys. They don't play from block to block. They play from top of the key to top of the key, right? So if Cat come down, he shoot a three at the top of the key. Then he involved in the pick and roll. Once the ball pick and roll, if he sits soft and they come off the pick and roll and he throw it back, if they shoot, Cat probably will end up standing at the free throw line because his man is behind the three. One dude is spaced in the corner. One dude spaced on the wing on the opposite side. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
now when
yeah.
they get the rebound, they pass the basketball up. They get up the ball up the court. If they shoot another three, some dudes don't even get back
That's right.
before the
That's
three
right.
is up. So like the game change is completely different from different spaces. So that's why I'm saying like you gotta go back to looking at first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Look at that. Look at what we were doing when we were winning, because you can literally look at it now in this new style of play, because it's not like before. Like my playbook was this thick and we ran most of our plays. Now that's not going on no more. It's like literally zoom, it's pinch. It's all stuff that I love. I like playing basketball more so like that than I will have to use a
Set
playbook.
play.
I would rather have that thick playbook that I know and I remember for end of game, for end of game situations. You know what I'm saying? Like situations like, down by this, doing that. You gotta have all of that stuff memorized inside your brain, right? But for how the style of play now, it's perfect. It's ideal for me for the new modern game with guys being able to handle shoot from anywhere. I love that. That's my style of play. So, but for us, we right now we don't have any balance. Like in our balance, when Jalen goes out, if Jalen, even when he go off the court, we still have some malfunctions sometimes just because guys, they're not in the proper place or space, or they're not cutting, or they're not doing something that they should be doing, or not sliding or drifting when somebody's driving, like when Jalen is driving, like just turnovers that we were getting, like Jalen was he got a turnover. He's like, it looked like he just threw the ball to the dude when we was playing home maybe 2 games ago back when we was home. And I'm like, damn, but this is just not being in the same rhythm. It's not playing. When you play hard, everybody can see it and you make up for those mistakes. You know what I'm saying? We're not playing with that intensity. And right now, I believe when I look at our team, our energy is down, which is why I say we having like a team wall opposed of guys individually hitting the wall.
We're gonna get some calls in just a short, but you mentioned Cat from your vantage point right there in the baseline. What's the biggest difference between last year and this year with him right now?
I think it's just a different style, but it's basketball because he still touches the ball. I think it's a lot more moving. So because if it's a lot more moving and it's not pick and roll and just pass it to you and cut and ISO, and then when it's a lot of moving, you get tired. You get tired,
which impacts your defense.
So now you got to play defense and then you moving, so you playing faster. You know what I'm saying? When you play faster, you guys get conditioning. It comes in. Like we're looking at it from just guys playing, but I'm looking at it from like what you have to do in order to be able to play that speed. And he's conditioned. But it's different. So it's moving. It's pick. It's running up step pick and roll, popping, slipping screens. Like big guys are able to do that. But I think from an aggressive standpoint, I think it's just he got to play harder.
Mike Brown, I think Steph might have froze a little bit there, but Mike Brown, this is from you, Al. Says Cat told the coaching staff told Cat that the Suns were converging on him hard when he had the ball and he needed to make quick reads. He said this was from Chris Persianen, says didn't call Cat out specifically, but
I can't hear you say it again.
So the reporters asked Mike Brown about Cat, and he talked about the fact that in the first half, a couple times he turned his back on the Suns. They were able to strip down on the ball, and he turned it over twice. So Mike Brown said that he told Cat that they were converging on him hard when he had the ball and he needed to make quick reads. The reporter said that Mike Brown didn't call Cat out specifically, but closed with he thought the spacing was good. We just didn't get the ball out to guys in a timely manner. So Mike Brown talking about quick reads.
I mean, hey, it happens. It's basketball. Sometimes he may think that he can go. He's the highest paid player on our team. We trust him with the rock. They got to get on the same page. We got to get on the same page so we can keep doing what it is that we're doing. We're not we're in a rut right now. Like we're in a rut trying to get out of it, and we got to figure out how we going to step by step get out of it, opposed to trying to like just winning one game is not gonna help us. That's not. We got to get back to playing
flow.
One possession at a time good again on offense and one possession at a time on defense. So we build up from possessions, then we go in to quarters, and then after that we could get into games. Because we got to work backwards again. Because we're not playing, we're not, I'm telling you, we look like how we were playing when we lost those 3 games at the beginning of the year, but worse. But we look worse.
Worse.
Yeah, we look worse. We look worse than how we look like confused. Before it was, you can understand that confusion because it was at the beginning of the year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now we at a spot now we're like, nah, y'all held up a trophy from playing in the in-season tournament. Y'all played in an intense. Y'all played in some intense games. Y'all understand each other. We seen you guys. You watch you guys. Watch yourself outside of just watching film, and not just yourself. Watch your energy. How you look. Look how you look. Look, what was you saying right there? What was you saying right there when you was screaming and you was high fiving? Y'all was playing with all of that energy and y'all was on defense. Like, what was y'all doing then? Go back to that. Think about that. Like, duplicate that, duplicate that, and then come back and then go on the court and then play. Maybe some things change. We don't know. We don't know what's going on in the locker room. We don't know what's going on, guys' bodies. We don't know what's going on with what's happening, how guys feel about this is the trade deadline. You hear your name in trade deadline. Not every, some dudes when they hear their name in trade deadline, they go harder and they start lighting it up so that good, my value it increase and you make it harder. You know what I'm saying? Not only do you make it harder, if you do get traded when you're killing, you go to the next team, you keep that same flow going, and then now you in your contract year. So somebody got to make a decision.
Make a decision. CP the franchise, Alex Ratar, special guest Stephon Marbury in the building. We're doing a Knicks versus Suns post-mortem, man. We have to hear the truth from Starbury. Throwing number 3 in the chat to salute Steph. We're going to hear about the once a Knick, always a Knick barbecue. Let's take a couple more calls. Steph, how much time you got roughly? So I just managed time.
I'm here with you. Baby.
Okay. All right, let's take some calls on the Discord. Let's go rapid fire so we can get as many questions as it takes in. Let's go to India. Ashwin, go ahead with your take. Rapid fire. Go ahead.
CP, am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep, you're good.
Okay, so Mr. Marbury, it's an honor to talk to you.
Hello,
just two quick points. The Mikhail thing, I think it more might be coaching issue because Mikhail is the one who always hustles before this bad stretch of games. So because the Mikhail middies, it's one of the most powerful weapons now in the NBA. Durant, DeMar DeRozan, and Booker. Apart from them, I don't think anyone hits the middies as consistently as Mikhail. So I think Brown can run more of that. He can't body players and make his own shots. So like maybe he can draw some screens or some other ways that he can do so that he can be more open for the middies. That's one thing. And second thing, we know we have a 3-point defense issue. Is that because, not to be crude, but we have the worst defensive center in the history of multiverse, I guess. Because as they know that our paint is unprotected, they have to guard a little bit farther from the 3-point line. So it's becoming easier for the players to shoot the 3-pointer. Is that right? Or am I wrong? I would love to get your points. And thank you for taking my call. And once again, nice to talk to you,
right.
Mr. Marbury.
Thank
you for taking my call, CB.
So basically what he was asking for, first off, he's asking for more screens to be run for Mikal so he can get into his mid-range bag. Just some more actions for Mikal to get loose, to get open and get into a shot. And then he talked about the Knicks 3-point defense and how much is it that, a lot of times they're running with Cat there. He's in the drops. You give him the guards a lot of space. Like in that fourth quarter, he had Gillespie. Gillespie starts cooking. Out of those screens that they were setting for him. So he's asking, is the Knicks 3-point defense a part of the fact that you have guys like Towns out there that can't really cover that well in space?
I mean, when you look at Towns, we knew what his ability was on the defensive end and how he played defense. He's not a big guy who goes after blocking shots. He didn't play like that before. He doesn't play like that now. Yes, we want him to do that, and we gotta keep talking to him and keep saying that for him to do it. Sometimes he'll get a block, but I do think on. You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm reloading some people up, but they had mics. Go ahead.
I do think that Mikal Bridges, you could run screens for him, you could run picks for him, but at the end of the day, it's not coming down to scoring. It's our defense. We don't have no problem scoring the basketball. We've proven that. We've shown it. It's not that. It's mentality. It's defense intensity. It's how hard we gotta play. When you look at that kid playing today, he picked up full court.
Picked up full court.
We was losing and we wasn't picking up. We was back at the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Like, you losing, you gotta change something. Something different gotta happen. Like, we gotta have guys that are gonna that will get on the court and that will do that. You know, instinctively. They won't think about it. They would just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Josh, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
He gets it. Like, he knows, like, in order for us to get back in the game to try to win the game, we got to change the rhythm of the game. That's how you win the game, no matter what. Like, you still stay in the game because you never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out Rashad Rasan Deloney, franchise channel member, $10 super chat, says the offense will be okay. He's agreeing with you, man. He says the defense has been an issue for 2 years now. He says Cat is the biggest problem on defense. We have no protection once players get to the rim. Let's get a couple more people in here. Our guy STGNick, he's a season ticket holder. He's always in the Garden. He's here with his version, his Garden report. STGNick, are you there? Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yes, I'm here. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yes, sir.
First wanted to say I think they did a great job tonight with the whole alumni event and the whole weekend with the event. Earlier today they had downtown. And then obviously tonight with the halftime ceremony, they did a great job. You know, they had legends from, the whole history of the franchise from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, and 2010. So great job there. But I wish, there was a better performance for you guys because it was another lackluster performance. I thought, there in the third quarter, the Knicks showed a little bit of life, went on like 11-0 run or so, and then just, they got sloppy with it. At the end of the third quarter, that Booker and one, I thought there was a few plays where
to me, that was a turning point of the game. They never looked back after that. And then Gillespie took over. They won the non-Booker minutes with Gillespie. I thought Mark Williams, he had 5 offensive rebounds in this game. Mitch is their offensive rebound guy, but Mark Williams played well tonight too, man. Suns played good.
Yeah, for sure. And that one offensive rebound they had in the fourth that led to the top of the key, Royce O'Neal three. That was kind of the dagger there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Shout out Starbury. That was a great event they had tonight. And then hopefully we can bounce back. Like he was saying, though, kind of like it's not really looking for one win, but it's really just stringing together possession by possession because they won that Blazer game, but then they just went right back to a 3-game losing streak. I think they just got to string together, solid possessions. I thought the defense tonight wasn't even terrible, 106 points. I thought it wasn't the best, but it wasn't terrible. But we got to bounce back.
STGNick on the Discord. Appreciate you, STG. Let's go to Australia. We got to hear from my guy, AK, in the building. AK, you on with Starbury, man. What's the deal?
Yo, what's happening, boys?
How you feeling,
Starbury,
man?
what's happening?
Brother.
Man. Yeah, man, this one sucked, man. This one's tough. We were just saying in the chat before, man, it's almost as if, like, when Tibbs left, he kind of took all of the kind of, that run through the wall attitude that we had back when, like, he was the coach. Like, it didn't seem like there was anything, like, people didn't really want to, like, get after it seemed. And man, Deuce McBride though, man, he has come along such a long way, man. He's looking unbelievable, like the hizzies, the pull-ups, just like letting it go. But I think the lineups, while it's a refreshing change from Tibbs to have, and you see a lot of players play, I feel like he's changing them too much. Like, there's just no cohesion, like, through the, you want the ball to be moving, but then you're, like, changing the lineup every, like, 2 seconds, and then, there's no cohesion as much as there should be. But, yeah, man, it would have been really nice to win this one. It was a really nice ceremony, and I like the way they honored, all the past, present players and everything. I thought that was really nice. But yeah, man, I don't know where we go from here, but, always a pleasure to speak to you boys, and, this one's a tough one, I got to be honest.
All right, man. Stay up, man. AK down in Australia. Salute to all of our friends in the Asia-Pacific region. Australia, New Zealand holding us down heavy on the video on the podcast side. Salute to them. Let's go to the positive stuff, man. Deuce, in Brunson's absence, killer. 5 of 12 from downtown tonight.
Deuce is loose.
Let's talk about it.
All I gotta say, my man looked like he won a heavy bag. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, he deserves it. He deserves it. Only $3 million a year. Deuce got to get paid, man. But he's playing well, man.
Bag. Not only is he playing well, he's like, I mean, he's consistent. You know, he's consistent. He plays hard. He's willing. You know, he's willing and he's able to accept, which is some of the things that I see from him from this year. Like, he's taking everything that's given. He's not leaving anything. Nothing. So every time he gets the opportunity to pull the trigger, he's pulling the trigger. And he's not thinking. You could tell. It's in his mind. It's like, it's good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to see that he's playing with that type of fire.
Yeah, and certainly adaptable, because some nights he got to come off the bench. Some nights he's starting at the 2. Some nights he's starting at the point.
He don't care. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's like, I'm on the court. That's all that matters.
Deuce is going for
1, 2, 3. It don't matter. My brother said, you on the court, right? Yeah, I'm on the court. 1, 2, or 3, it don't matter.
Yeah.
If you got to play the 4, as long as you're on the court with your skill, you good.
Deuce is going for it, man. And Al, anything else you want to jump in here with?
No, I just think Deuce has just continued to improve throughout his entire tenure, man, as a Knick.
Yeah.
From where he was, from like that first start as like a point guard against the Toronto Raptors to where he is now, just insane, man. And as Starbury said, like, most consistent guy out there. Like, you know what you're going to get from him. He's a guy who'll pick up 94 feet on a regular, man, and that's what that's the energy that needs to be brought.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like guys like Deuce, he has to recognize that. And you can clip this. He has to recognize that that's an ability and a skill set to be able to do that. To be able to pick up in full court in the NBA, that's different. Like, Flip Saunders had me doing that when I went to Minnesota. And it was annoying. Mike Bibby, he was like, yo, Steph, him and Jason Williams, both of them, when they was younger, when I played against them, Flip was like, yeah, you got to play those guys like you playing in college. I was like, all right, cool. That's easy. I mean, that's what I was used to doing, picking up full court. Like, that was fun. Like, Gauchos, AAU days. That's what we do. It's 40 minutes. It's 40 minutes. It's going to be exactly that the whole game. And I think when you have that type of energy, you play with that energy, it creates and circulates. That's what it does. It creates and circulates, and then other guys start denying. If dudes see you picking up, you look at how guys are catching the ball so freely on the wing. That's not just coaching. Yeah, the coach scream and tell you all of that. But somebody else got to step up and do that. That's what I'm saying. Dudes got to say, look, I'm going to take on the role to do that. I'm going to make sure that from now on, like, when we are in this spot, I'm going to make sure I pick and choose. You ain't going to do it every single time, but you up. Do know you up, and then this is the best. When you pick enough full court and the dude don't even want to dribble. He just throw the ball, give it to somebody else. But people don't realize once that happens, if you do that, that means they out of their set. And if they not out of their set and the play is for him to have the basketball to run a set, you got them to the second option about, on the defensive side. Now you got them when you want.
Great point, man. We got a $10 super chat that's just come in. Shout out to Soup5142. Salute to you, Soup. Franchise channel member says Mikal Bridges deserves more heat. He says yes, he brought into collab, but also brought in to maximize Cat. 40 games in, going in the wrong direction. Mikal Bridges with Green was a joke. I think he meant with what's the kid's name again? Alex with the mask. Scrapper, man. He's fighting for his dinner out there. He used to play for the Lakers. What's his name?
You're talking about
the kid. He was wearing the mask.
Goodwin.
Yeah, that play, and that's kind of like, as I said, indicative of where Mikal Bridges is and this team is just mentally. You coming off last week where Grayson Allen made you look bad with that extra play on the 50-50 ball. Now you got a situation where it's a loose ball, and you going at 50 miles an hour, knowing that the dude behind you is going 100. You have to know that that dude is a dog, man. That's his whole tape. He's fighting for his food out there, and Mikal Bridges lets him pick the ball up and scoop it in for a layup. That wasn't a good look, man. Was not a good look, man. So, you know, these guys got to wake up. Mikal Bridges, everybody, man. It's a team-wide effort. All right, let's take one more before we let Steph go. Cody on the Discord, get on mute your mic.
What's up? What's up? You hear me?
Loud and clear, man. What's your name? Where you calling in from, man?
Cody from Brooklyn.
BK, stand up. We're in Brooklyn, man. You see out? Where you at, man?
Downtown Brooklyn.
Okay. Downtown Brooklyn. All right. Yeah, how you feel, man?
We got a lot of problems with this team, man.
Yeah.
Cat, man. He gotta go. Go. He's so much of a liability on defense. You can't win with him. It's impossible. Mike Brown gotta go. Now you see how good Tibbs was, man. Like, these dudes don't even want to play for Mike Brown. They're not even going 90% out there. They playing at 50%. They ain't going hard.
Well, listen, man. It's only we halfway through. At the end of the day, I definitely hear you. There's problems. We can't skirt around it. There's definitely problems with this team, but it is halfway through. You know, you got Cap coming back. I think Cap is coming back on Monday. Josh might come back Monday.
Yeah, but even the way the team is constructed, they made too many moves. Like, we gave up too much. I like the Bridges trade, but if you give all that up, you can't send out 2 players for 1 at that point. Now we stuck with this team, and then you let Tibbs go. Like, I don't understand the moves they made. Like, Leon got carried away. He got carried away, man.
Well, all right, man. Al, what you think, man? Well, I'll let you address our guy Corey on the Discord. Corey, appreciate the call, man. Stay up, bro.
They were in a tough situation, CP. Look, they needed a center. You lost Isaiah Hartenstein. You couldn't pay him anymore. He went to OKC. And I feel like if he didn't leave, you probably have somewhat of a similar iteration of the team. You probably just do the Bridges trade. And then you have Randall, you have Isaiah Hartenstein. You still have Devo on this team. But because Hartenstein left, they had to pivot and go find a center because they did not feel comfortable with Randall playing the 5 at any point. And then on top of that, Mitchell Robinson was still injured, so you needed somebody to play a full-time center. So they had to go out there and make a movement. And it wasn't an easy thing for them to do, but they made what was to them the most calculated decision to improve the 5 situation.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
They did that, and you can't even play him at the 5. He's horrible.
It's opportunity.
I love him on offense, but he's not even giving us offense. And personally, I hated Julius Randle. I hated him, but I think I would rather him right now than this dude. And we could have got Drummond. We could have got a second tier center instead of Cat and kept the team together. We could even play Precious at center until Mitch got healthy. And now you come into the off season and we could have made some moves. And then we got the bum Yabusele. We probably can't even move him. We're going to have to send somebody out. And we overloaded with guards. And everybody was calling for Tibbs to play these dudes. Now look, like, you can't play everybody. The rotation is dudes got to get in the rhythm. You can't play 10, 11 players. Go 8, 9 deep, and that's it.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Cody from BK tapping in. Rate that call in the chat, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Let us know what you thought in the chat. Steph, man, once Nick, always Nick barbecue tonight. 50 legends brought back. Saw you was in the front, man. The jackets was looking clean. You had the fresh black camellos on. Talk about it, man. Talk about it.
It was dope, man. I mean, they really know what they're doing. They know how to do it. You know, it's New York. And everyone knows that being in New York is legendary. You know, it's good, it's bad, and then there's great. Frazier, he knows what it feels like.
Clyde, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Glide, he knows. You know what I'm saying? And Monroe, they know. Yeah. So they got the glow always. And I think for us to be recognized as part of the cloth of the city, part of the cloth of the of the Knicks. I think being recognized in that manner, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to see, to be amongst so many different legendary hoopers. And when you see them, they recognize you just like you recognize them. So the love is mutual. It's unconditional right from the beginning. So that's pretty dope that we have that type of energy that's shared amongst players who play for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, no question. And I think it's a great touch by the organization. It keeps getting better. I think it's going to continue to evolve. I feel like, I mean, listen, the fences have not been mended, but I feel like this is trending towards an Oak reunion at some point. I feel like the storyline, it's a story, Al. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yeah, man.
It's a build-up.
That'll be the biggest story in Garden history.
It's trending that way. Maybe it might be 2030, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's trending that way, man. But, the one thing I'll say about it, why I always rock with it, is that, like, when you look at all the guys that's involved in it, oh, we lost Steph. Okay.
No, I'm here.
Oh, all right. Hang on. Here we go. Back at it. Okay, we got Steph. Yeah, I was going to say the one thing about it is that, whether you drafted, whether you were traded, whether you signed as a free agent, the reason why the fans rock with it is because all the players, they gave you hope. You know what I'm saying now? Like, you always hopeful, like, like, I remember exactly where I was at when we traded for Steph. Remember exactly where I was at, the blockbuster trade. Like, when we signed so-and-so, when we traded for Melo, when we signed Stat. Like, all those guys, when they brought in all those guys, like, they gave you hope. That is why we watched night in and night out. Even during the tough times. It didn't matter. Because you always felt like, all right, next game, we're going to be all right. We in this point right now.
Hell yeah, man.
We in this point right now with the new cast of characters.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
We in this point right now with guys that we know that can get us out of this space that we're in right now, which is why we're able to speak and talk and critique and give advice and give ideas and what we should and what we shouldn't do. That's why we feel the way how we feel. I couldn't even go out after the game. I was gonna go out with all of the.
You was sick.
Yo, you saw it with everybody, man. Everybody was looking down.
I just walked out. I was done tight. I was so tight. I was so tight. And then some dudes that don't really come to the games a lot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh man, like this is a different feeling over here. I was like, this is different.
Yeah. This ain't the holiday party. Like this is a regular season. This game number 42 for you at the Garden. Did we lose him again? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Al. You said
when you see Melo, JR, Felton, and all those guys standing up, like, you saw it all of their face, like, damn, man, we really lost this one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but the crowd, the camera guy did show up at the end. I was like, damn, man.
I couldn't hear you. You said what happened?
At the end of the game, like on the broadcast, they showed Melo, JR, I think Felton standing up, and you just see their faces like,
Patrick,
damn, they're
tight,
like,
man.
we really lost that one, man.
Everybody felt it like they was playing. They felt it like they were playing, man.
Yo, I was.
Melo looked tight, man. Melo looked like he just played, man. He was like, how we lose this one?
I was
tight, man. Tight.
I was like, the dude was like, when we was going into the game, I said, he was like, how you doing? I said, I'm doing good. I said, everything is going really good. The only thing that gotta happen is they gotta win. I said, they win, the night is beautiful.
Weekend beautiful.
But it's okay though.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. But we're fans. Come on, man. Be fans of all of these kids. We love them. We support them. We see them when they playing great. We see them when they.
Yep. Kind of lost him a little bit there. Okay. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Knicks lost the last 8 out of 10, but we got Starbury in here. We having a good time on this Saturday night now, Sunday morning now. You know? Mm-hmm. So we gotta do, man.
Gotta pump them up. We can't beat them down. That's what we known for that. Like, you playing bad? Nah, we gotta
Tough love, man.
understand that this is what. Yeah, we give him the tough love. Like, yo,
Tough
get
love.
up, get back.
Yeah.
Come on, do this, do that, attack. If you ain't hitting, jump hook, bring him in the post.
Yeah.
Change up the game, play smart. Like he dunked the basketball because he shot a scummy. And then the next one, he got the ball like it wasn't no spacing. OG throwing the ball. He see, I ain't about to pull us after shooting an air ball. He went and he dunked it. Like, it got to be faster reactions like that, like quicker. Forget about if you can't get the 3 of them, I'm going to try to step back. If I can't step back, then I'm going to pass it. These guys are playing that style. It's like, I'm taking this too. A lot of twos work too.
True. It's true indeed, man. Well, listen, man, we definitely appreciate you tapping in with us and giving us the time. What's on the agenda, man? Anything else you want to let the people know about?
Man, all I want to say is check out Well Ball. Play Well Ball.
I saw y'all broke it out at Pier 36.
It was dope. Just check it out. You know, you got to really check it out. It's the next wave of the future. It's definitely going to be an Olympic sport. Check it. Play Well Ball. That's all I'm going to say. Well Ball. Play Well Ball on Instagram. They can check it out on IG. They can check it.
Appreciate you, man. Starbury, always a pleasure, man. Appreciate you, man.
That's it. Peace, my brother. Love.
Yes, sir. That's our guy, Stephon Marbury, in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. You're not getting this anywhere else. This is premium programming right here for free on YouTube, Alex. All right? You don't get the 100K by just, speaking into the ether there, Al.
No, you don't.
Yeah, speaking of 100K. You know what came in the mail today, man?
What came in the mail, CP?
Ooh, look at that, bro. I'm
beautiful.
seeing you in like 4D, man. I see your reflection in there. You see that, man?
Look at that.
You see that, good people in the chat? TM, you
that
see that?
Gorgeous.
Well, you guys did see that because I did put it in the group Slack today. Look at that. Like a proud dad, like a proud dad showed off his kid's diploma. You see it. 100K. Oh, yeah, we raising the banner over here, Al. We are raising the banner. We are raising the banner, baby. Yeah. I was going to keep this a surprise. I couldn't keep it. I couldn't hold it no more. I had to let it out. The good people in the chat. This is ours, man. This is ours, man.
100K, man.
100K. This is for the people. This is going up. We're going to have a ceremony and all of that. Final countdown playing in the background. Super proud of this, man. Super proud of this.
Should be, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man. You created a community.
Sleep with this tonight. Move the lady over. Like, get out of here. Put the plaque on a pillow. Put the lady in a slide.
You kick the lady to the couch. That's what's gonna happen. I can tell you that's not gonna be ending too well for you in the future. I can tell you that it's not gonna be ended too well.
Victory.
You should be proud, man. You create a community where Knicks fans get together, share their love for the team, and get to express how they feel, man, on a night-to-night basis. It's all the hard work you put in, man. Congratulations.
It's nights like tonight, Saturday night, we sacrifice because we got to talk to the people about this loss. We got to figure out what's going on with our team. And I'm not ready to run. And that's the thing. Like, listen, man, shout out to Knicksfix and all these guys. Shout out to Corey and them. I'm just, me, Al. I never doom and gloom. I give my postmortem when it's all said and done because in sports, you just never know, bro. You just don't know. That's it, man. Keep the faith. You don't know, man. Don't look good.
Gotta keep the faith. Nope.
But you never know, man.
Hey, it's like Sam Darnold, man. Some would never know that he would be in the second round of of the NFL playoffs.
Hey, what'd it take? It took him 5 teams to get it right?
Hey, man.
Took him 5?
Yeah, it did.
Good for him, though. I'm happy for him, man. I am happy.
I'm happy for him, too, man. I never wanted the Jets to trade him. People are like, we got to get rid of him for Zach Wilson. I'm like, bro, Zach Wilson can't throw his way out of a paper bag.
Jets still have not found their franchise since Joe Willie.
And you know what sucks, CP? His best wide receiver was Robbie Anderson. That was the best we gave him, and no O-line. And people were like, Sam Darnold's done. It's like, bro, we got 7 wins with a man who used Robbie Anderson and no O-line. What are we talking about? He has no talent.
Followed Robbie to Carolina. went to San Fran. And
Minnesota fumbled the bag. They're like, we don't need this guy.
That's a incredible story. And I was shocked to see that Seattle was even favored to win the whole thing. But damn, you see what they did tonight against the Niners.
Bro, they demolished the Niners.
Crazy. Brand new crop of teams in the playoffs. No Eagles. I'm happy about that. No Chiefs. And then, how about the Buffalo, man? Bills Mafia. Well, you don't care. But I'm as a just a neutral observer. Bills Mafia, hold your head, man. That might be the most snake-bitten franchise in sports and fan base in sports.
I have nothing against the Bills in general, just because they are close to the Jets, where it's like, damn, the amount of trauma you've gone through, it's sad, man. But look, how crazy is it that Bo Nix knocks you out, and now you get the report from Sean Payton that he's done?
No Bo Nix.
That is crazy, man. And they showed the play where they believe he fractured his ankle, and he's walking off like there's nothing. I'm like, that is tough, man. Crazy. Like, he just ran, and that is tough.
Yeah, we were like, where did he hurt himself?
Yeah, man, he looked fine.
Good game. Tough way to go out for the Bills. And, again, another heartbreaker, man, because, these guys putting all the work off season and to heal up and banged up and had a chance. You were down, what are they down, 21-7? They had a chance.
Yeah, man. I mean, they were right there. And the thing is that if you're Josh Allen too, like every year, it's like, it's you and Pat Mahomes, not Pat Mahomes. The Kansas City Chiefs are not even in the postseason. You think you have a clear runway to get to your first Super Bowl,
right?
Now
a new team knocks you out.
Now we got to watch the Denver Broncos most likely go against the New England Patriots without Bo Nix.
Crazy.
And now I got to be sick again to watch how the Patriots just go from rags to riches yet again in the span of like nothing.
CP and Alex on the ones and twos. We're skipping around a little bit of it. Saturday night, whatever, late night. We're now on KFTV after dark mode. Now that Steph is gone, let's go in on this once and Nick always Nick barbecue.
I was wondering when this is gonna happen.
Now that our company is left, let's talk about how we really feel. Listen, I thought it was a fantastic ceremony. I was clapping in my den now watching this. I was clapping for just about everybody. And then the clapping stopped and the record stopped. Like how the DJ stopped, the random person walks into the room, the record stops spinning. Mm-hmm. I mean, who did it stop for you for when you're looking at these guys? Was it Roger Mason Jr.? Was it? When they brought in Roger Mason Jr., I said, huh?
Yeah, man.
How did his invitation get put in the mail?
Bro, the who was in charge of inviting people, man?
Who put the Michael Sweetney invitation in the envelope and in the mail?
I was like, really? I was like, that was like
I said, wait a second.
We talk about dud draft picks. That was like the dud of dud draft picks, like the OG of dud draft picks.
Bro, listen, my man texted me. He said, bro, what is Eddie Curry doing there? I said, listen, man.
Yo.
E-City, I was rocking with E-City when he was there. He was an all-star playing like that. He wasn't an all-star, but he was playing well for a little second.
That's NBA champion Eddie Curry for you.
Whoa, I saw Roger Mason Jr. I said, I know that's not who I think it is. That big boy me. I had to get the glasses out. I haven't rocked the glasses mad long.
Bro, the Eddie Curry, I was like, first of all, the man won a ring with the Miami Heat by being on the bench. We really doing this now?
I said, damn. I said, who's next? Is Marty Collins coming out? Is Marty Collins coming through the tunnel? Were we going to have Jonathan Bender? Is Jonathan Bender coming through? He had more buckets than Roger Mason. I'm surprised they didn't put Jared Jeffries in a jacket.
I was going to say Jared Jeffries walked out there.
I said, Lord, what? I said, what happened with the invitations, man? Who was in charge of this?
No Jeremy Lin, though? Come on, man. No Jay Lin.
Who sent out the invites? An intern? My man just went through the database and just hit send all. See who comes.
You know what it really says, CP?
Yeah.
Really tells you how dark that Knicks history is.
Boy, them dark ages was dark, wasn't they? Them dark ages was dark. But it was good to see a lot of like Kurt Thomas. Like, that's my guy, man. Kurt Thomas, Zebo. Mm-hmm. That was an awesome, amazing. John Wiles is always good to see John. He's always around. Junkyard Dog's always around. Gerald Wilkins, he's always around. How about Herb? Herb Williams, huh?
Bob McAdoo.
I mean, Herb gave us everything. He played. He coached. He interim coached like 100 times. They like, yo, Herb, we got to get rid of this guy. You up next. Herb says, hey, okay, what we got? Where we at? Give me the clipboard. Herb said, just give me the clipboard. I don't know, whatever system, just give me the clipboard. You know, Spreewell. Oh, they had Mason's wife there. Beautiful, beautiful. Loved it. I was touched by that. They had the Pearl's wife was there, touched by that. That was beautiful, man. Michael Ray Richardson, I think it was his daughter or his wife, daughter. Beautiful, very touching. I love the jacket. Bill Bradley. How about the old guard?
Oh, the jackets were fire, man. I want one of those jackets. That they did extremely well, and I like the embroidery on the sleeves too. I thought that was a fine touch.
Yeah. How about Ronaldo when Ronaldo Bachman pulled up? Were you with the invitation or not? Keep it real. Keep it real. I clapped. I liked Ronaldo Bachman coming back. He was our draft pick. Alex, don't hate.
I'm not hating.
Ask wifey. I'm just like, I clapped with Ronaldo Bachman, bro.
But when I see Ronaldo Bachman, I'm just like, damn, that's once again dark times, man. Look, man, you know how like you walk down the street, you're like, oh, there's people like you just don't want to see because it reminds you of that part of your life.
Yeah.
Look, man, shout out to you, Ronaldo, but like, damn, man, when I have
Ronaldo, BD. I mean, BD's my guy. I rock with BD. You know.
Baron Davis, that was another sad one.
BD
man.
was like,
damn. It was like he came here for a cup of coffee too. Like, like what's crazy about Baron Davis is like we legitimately, we needed a point guard. I was like, yo, you okay, man? I know you got some back issues, but you okay to run point, man?
Nah,
you okay?
Bro. The Roger Mason one, that was when like we were going well because look, they went alphabetical order. So they started with Carmelo, perfect start off. Got the ovation. Yeah. Carmelo got a great ovation. Ewing, all the favorites you would know. Houston, LJ, all got good ones. Danilo got a good one. So they're going alphabetical order, and it's like Roger Mason Jr.
How about Kenny Skywalker, man?
That was cool. You know, Kenny came back with the dreads. I like that.
I was like, for a minute, I was like, my man's living life.
Yeah. Meta.
He's like on that, what is he? He's like on that, why can't I remember the running back? Man, running back for Miami Dolphins. Ricky Williams. He was like on his Ricky Williams vibe. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
It was not a...
Oh, Danilo. Danilo was a good touch. I like Danilo bringing him back.
Yep.
Love Zebo bringing him back. Definitely. You know, Jamal would have been great. Nate. Great to see Nate. He's healthy. Shump. You know, I caught a flashback in a bad memory because they brought in Shump and JR. They're back to back. And I was just looking at them two guys like again, the flashbacks, like, bro, like we gave them up for nothing and they went on to win a ring.
Nothing, man.
Good for them. Great for them. But it was like, just for me, I was like, yo, man, these were our young players, man.
Yeah.
I caught a bad flashback, bro.
That was a fun team too. That 12-13 team.
Yeah,
we know it was a flash in the pan, but like seeing Novak there as well with JR, Melo, that was a good one, man.
Yeah,
that was good. How about Nate? Seeing Nate?
Great to see Nate. That he recovered and all of that. Yep. It was great to see Nate. Analog says no Oakley painful. I think this is the lead up.
Is that the year we win the championship once Oak returns? Is
Probably.
That it? Is that the missing key?
Probably. What else was funny in this one? I'm trying to think. We said, huh? Michael Sweetney. How did his invitation get put in the mail? And
hey,
listen,
you want to come
I know he went through some tough times and all of that. You know, it's not no disrespect to the guy. It's just the thought of that, the player. You know what I mean? Not the guy, the player. It's just funny. What else? I can only assume, like, people were asking, like, certain people, I can only assume that they were busy. Like Bernard. You know, Bernard's at every Knick event. He's Mr. Community Affairs. So if Bernard's not there, there's a reason. D. Lee, I think that's another one. He's when he's around, he definitely does a lot of stuff for the organization. So I can only assume that he wasn't available. Jamal Crawford, same thing.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford.
People are asking, you know me, you know I need Harper there. Dallas played at home tonight. He usually does the home games for Dallas's network, and then they have Devin Harris will do the away games. So I'm assuming that he was doing the game because Harper's dying to get back. He's dying to get back there.
I know you were asking for Jerome James. Where was he tonight?
I mean, they were certainly trending that way. Yeah, once you pull up with Michael Sweetney, all bets, everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. So, hey, he might come next year. He might be the crop for next year. You know what I mean?
Man. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, good.
It could be everybody.
I mean, once you bring Sweetney and Roger Mason Jr. in here.
Yeah, the bar was set here, now it's just dropped.
I thought we were applying some standards to this thing. You know what I'm saying? I always thought once a Nick barbecue, there's a little qualification you got to meet.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Charlie Ward, another one, he's coaching down at FAM, so I would only assume that he was not available.
Stevie Franchise.
What was Linsanity doing? We gave the guy all his flowers when he was here. You got to get back to the community, man. And once it goes in the community, buddy, where was Linsanity at? What was he doing tonight? What's up with Tyson Chandler? Did anybody reach out to Tyson Chandler, Alex?
He's probably working on a farm somewhere, growing out that beard.
Did anyone reach out to Tyson Chandler? How about D Rose? D Rose would have been a good one to bring back to the Once and It Goes and Nick barbecue.
Where's Chris Copeland?
Cope? Optimus Cope? I would have brought him back for it. Novak Copeland. I would have brought him back for it.
We know Prigioni's working right
Pablo's
now, so
working.
he can't.
Pablo couldn't come to the barbecue. He's working. He's always welcome, though. He couldn't come to the barbecue. J Kidd as well. But Raphael was there. He was looking good. Raphael looks good. Had the shades on. He was looking good. We said Tyson Chandler. Tyson not being there was a little disappointing if he was available. Rory Sparrow from the 80s.
Oh, Derrick Rose. That's a good question. Where's Derrick Rose?
Yeah, that's what I said. Derrick Rose, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't hear you say Derrick Rose.
Who else? The good thing about it was that, it went across generations. So, obviously, you had your winners, your 70s guys, and we have to give them their flowers as much as we can because they are getting older. But then you had so many guys that were part of the dark ages, like the 80s, the McAdoos, like the pre-Bernard into Ewing era 80s guys. They kind of get lost in the shuffle, man. And then you had Steph dark ages, prior to the Melo Stat competitive team, if you will.
But then you have even darker than that. Frank Ntilikina.
Where was Frank tonight?
Where was your boy, Emmanuel Mudiay?
They did not bring back the tank commander. Fizdale, they could have brought Fizdale in.
Damian Dotson.
No doubt. Alexei Sved did not get the invite, but Michael Sweetney did. They disrespected him. They insulted Alexei Sved a little bit. That's the guy. That's the guy, Rashawn Deloney. The X-Men should have been there.
Someone said, what about Rod Strickland? I think he's still coaching LIU.
Rod's coaching
basketball.
LIU, yeah. I think he's another guy. If he was there, if he could have been there, he would have been there. Rod's always doing the community stuff for the Knicks. What's the deal with Action Jackson? What's their relationship like with Jackson, right? Are they on again, off again? Remember,
he got cut because he was supposed to have that deal, right, to be a fill-in.
Yeah, remember he was supposed to ride on a plane and something fell out, some weird, that was kind of weird. No Bill Walker to the Once and Nick Always and Nick barbecue. It was a little disappointing.
Clee Anthony early.
Clee Anthony. He took a bullet while he was with the Knicks.
Damn, CP really had to go there.
He did. Took a bullet.
He literally took it, but come on, man.
Yeah, man. That's what we doing.
Stat was there.
Stat was definitely there. Looked good. Shaved his beard and everything. Stat came clean shaven. And his freedom. What's up with Ennis? I think I don't know. What's he doing? Is he on the run? Is he hiding?
What's that clip that was made? We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, Ennis became a freedom fighter. He might be hiding now. I don't know, man.
Ron Baker, the shot maker.
The shot maker. Ricky Ledoux was not invited. I mean, like I said, bro, once you invite Sweetney, it's all on the table, man.
Brandon Jennings. Jennings is podcasting, man. So
yeah, Jennings is podcasting.
What about Theo Pinson if we're going to the podcasting route?
All he was doing is yapping. Forget that guy.
No, come on, man. Clapping too.
Yeah,
He was like Jason Garrett out there. He was the clapper.
Big Money should have been invited, bro. I didn't even pull it up the other day, man, on Weekly. Did you see Big Money got his jersey retired at Colorado?
I did.
What a guy. Congratulations to Big Money AB.
I'm surprised
man.
that you weren't out there.
They didn't send me my invitation. You know, they didn't send me my invitation.
Well, don't worry, man. We're going out to Denver in a couple
support.
months anyway, so you'll be out there to check it out.
Chris Childs, friend of the program. So, yeah, man, good times at the Once a Nick, Always a Nick barbecue, you know.
Alonzo Trier.
Yeah, why wasn't ISO Zoe brought back to the Once a Nick, Always a Nick barbecue, man? Let me handle the outreach. If anybody from the Knicks is listening to Knicks PR, let me handle the outreach for next year's edition. I feel like we got to clean some things up. We had a couple of invitations that was like, you're kind of wilding tonight.
What if it was like, we had all these expectations for like, we're going to get a good like 30 to 50 legit Knicks in here. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, they said no. We really want this to be much larger than it was in years past. Who should we invite? Insane, man. But either way, man, for those of you at home, man, you guys already know the deal. Hey, shop the Once a Nick, Always a Nick collection, man, on shop.knicksfantv.com, man. We got names just keep coming through, CP.
Oh, we got more names? Oh,
Tracy
yeah,
McGrady.
Yeah, T-Mac. Yeah, man. We got the Once a Nick, Always a Nick collection on KnicksFanTV.com. We have the 18x24 prints. We got the 8x10 frame prints. You got your T-shirts, black, white, blue, classic joints, your crew necks. Yeah, man. Head over to KnicksFanTV.com and shop the Once a Nick, Always a Nick barbecue collection. Now, on these, we made sure that we included the people who kind of deserve to be there. Not saying nothing against nobody else, but kind of made sure that we had the right people on this one. Right. Maybe we'll make some tweaks.
Like Bargnani, he's on that one.
No, sir. Andrea is not on there. But I'll throw the link to this in the chat. You guys can get in it. Mo Taylor. Mo Taylor in there. Yeah, what happened to Mo Taylor? Nobody talked to Mo Taylor in a while? Where's Mo Taylor been, man? Is he still with us? He's still with us, right?
Let me see.
I think did Mo Taylor? No, I don't want to put that on him. He's still with us? Maurice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Kylo Quinn. Yeah, KO could have came. He could have pulled up tonight. All right, man. That's how we have to end the show, Al, on a bright note, Have to end the show on a bright note, man. Shout out to Steph for coming through. Yeah. And we got a coach here in New York, Al, with the New York Football Giants, man. John Harbaugh.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
There's hope.
There is hope. And you know what? Watching the Broncos gives me hope. Because they always say, two coaches never won a Super Bowl. The coach never won a Super Bowl with two different teams. Sean Payton got the Broncos as looking like a well-oiled machine. He's got his quarterback. Mm-hmm. Defense is good. The receivers, good coach. Giants needed this. They needed someone who can help them put their shoes on right. It's been that bad. So, yeah, we got to get right. If we got to get the personnel right, you got to do whatever you got to do. Give this guy the keys. Because from the top on down, the thing is rotting. There's no core. There's no foundation. There's no nothing. There's just the name. The brand still stands. And that's what he said. This is the New York Football Giants. But they need stability. They need leadership. They need culture. They got young talent. They have young talent.
And that's the thing. They have the talent. You got Neighbors. You got Dart. You got Scadaboo. You got a lot of guys, man. You got a lot of guys on that team that just need some guidance. And look, you saw what John Harbaugh was able to do with two completely different styles of quarterbacks between Joe Flacco and Lamar Jackson. That should give you hope right there. Who knows what the future holds for the Giants, but it should be a step in the right direction. He's seasoned enough, man, where he's had enough winning seasons and has been able to turn the same franchise back around. We know he hasn't been able to win a Super Bowl with Lamar down in Baltimore, but nevertheless, he's won.
Can't get no worse, Al. That's all. That's the way I see it, man. So, shout out to John Harbaugh. Welcome to the Giants. And salute to you guys at home, man. 2-hour show tonight. And, yeah, man. After tomorrow's games, pull up for Knicks Weekly, man. We'll recap the good, the bad, and the ugly with the orange and blue. And then get back to it on Monday, MLK Day, man. So great show. Shout out to all the mods, of course. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Shout out to Starbury. Okay, let me just refresh the page here.
Oh, there's a good name for you, CP. That should have been invited.
Who?
Cam Reddish.
Okay. Yeah, he's home. He is home now. Shout out to Cam. Cam could have came through. Welcome to the franchise channel, members. Al Young LA 2837. Shout out to Soup. He says Tibbs managed every game like it was game 7, and fans complained he was burning the team out. Now they want shorter rotations. Hey. Shout out to Darrow Fly. Says, should we trade for Drew Holiday as a backup point guard? I think his salary is way too crazy. I don't think they can even afford him. Right, Al? They can't afford him.
Who was the name again?
Drew Holiday. He's
no, you can't afford Drew Holiday.
Can't afford him. Not like the old days, people. Shout out, Tell the Truth. He says, if we don't get to the ECF, is Leon still here? Yeah, I think so. Not gonna lie, says we could have brought Dell on. Could have brought him in. Is this the Knicks' worst stretch since 2020? Yeah, it looks like it. Certainly looks like it. Shout out to ZYNO249. Okay. Shout out to Andrizzy5451, franchise channel member, $5 super chat, says, when will front office realize Cat is the issue? 10 years in, there's no change. Playoff defense beats regular season offense every time. Oh, what do you want to see them replace him with? Shout out OK Burt, $10 super chat, says, why can't Cat thrive in his offense? He's 7 foot, can shoot 50, 40, 85 and pass. You'd think pace and movement fit him, but it's turned into top of the key drives to nowhere. Randall Spinover 2.0. It's a good comment, Al. Good comment. Something they got to figure out, man. I hate those plays from the top of the key. I feel like it leads to no man's land. He's putting the ball on the floor. They're hacking down on the ball. I don't know.
We need somebody who can create, man. That's the thing. We need another playmaker.
Need some more playmaking, man. Shout out to Soup again. Says Knicks are going to be fine. Congrats on 100K. Now, when are we getting Giants Fan TV, GTV? I'm here for it. Yeah, they saying we got to do it. So you never know, man. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. You never know when that might come. But shout out to Soup for making that suggestion on Twitter. All right, people, we out of here. Great show. Shout out to Starbury for coming through once again. Tap in with us on the podcast feed. And make sure you guys are listening on the podcast feed from the archives, from the KFTV archives. Right now, we are featuring our guy, John Starks. And those are mini snippets of our best stories in the history of KFTV, man. So all the Knick legends that we've had on that show, we are compiling all of the best stories, and we are posting them as separate podcast mini episodes. So check them out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, from the KFTV archives, and we are starting it off with John Starks. All right, great show. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night for Knicks Weekly, man. Peace.